Okay, and I am starting the stream. Hello, everybody! Welcome to Ratchet and Clank, the original HD collection. Everything and the kitchen sink. I actually have a picture of the kitchen sink that I installed this weekend up right now because I'm actually proud of doing that. We actually, unfortunately, we installed a water filter, garbage disposal. Unfortunately, the pipeline to the water filter got loose, so we had a bit of water damage spill on that this morning, which I'm not happy about, but happens. We also have special guests today. Haseo and Kites have been turned into marketable plushies.
Oh no, they're so adorable! When Adelie?
Yes, when Adelie and Blackrose, because that's a shut up and take my money moment.
Alright, we're diving right in.
Yes, and Alexis is playing the original Ratchet and Clank since I did the original one earlier this year.
Or you mean the remake?
Why did I say what she was playing the original one? I did the original last year. No, I did the remake earlier this year. Was the sink heavy? No, it was stainless steel. John helped me out a bit with that. The biggest issue was just getting the old one out because the previous owners were terrible with a lot of things. We've complained about them before and their failure to just upkeep a lot of stuff.
Final step, attach robotic ignition system. Thank you for using help desk technology.
But yeah, between the windows, the railing, the guardrail railing for the stairs up to Alexis's room, and the sink, I'm pretty much tapped out on home improvements for the time being.
Meanwhile, at the Killbot factory... Oh, he's just a funny little guy.
Ah yes, spoof that silent protagonist.
I love it. You gotta love, like, game logic where there's, like, a ship that happens to be right there with the cockpit open.
Yeah, I kind of prefer the remake in that they kind of developed that more elaborately.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say this was wrong because they just threw it all together.
It's like that Saturday morning cartoon logic. You just gotta roll with it.
Yeah, like, plus 2002. This was kind of the joke genre of the time.
Welcome to the Gadgetron Help Desk. We are here to offer you advice during your interplanetary travels. The Help Desk is...
Could have sworn I saw someone go up to the door. Oh well. Black Century King still amazes me that Clank is kind of the son of God in a way. And that's pretty cool. Actually, you know what makes this better? This is the second time that has happened to a David K. character. Technically 3 times, depending if you want to count different continuities. Because Megatron is technically a son of Primus.
Ah, yes, I love prog rock. You know, because Primus is a band.
Was Primus a band before the Transformers DVD was created?
I know Primus existed, but I think Primus came about in the early 90s.
The band?
Yeah, the band.
Okay, so they might have named themselves after the Transformers character, considering Primus was first lore from the Marvel Comics. Here, Chris, so if I remember the original correctly, didn't Ratchet have a different VA? Yes, James Arnold Taylor only came on board with the second game, because they were trying to make Ratchet be less of a douche.
Please select options from your pause menu.
So weird going back to like a 2002 game.
Yeah. For anyone who'd like a deep dive on the Ratchet and Clank series beyond just us playing them, because I basically have the only one I don't have on order right now, please look up the YouTube channel, The Golden Bolts. Their retrospective is pretty fantastic.
You just picked up nanotech.
like, actually got creator interviews and everything for their research, which not a lot of us online can do, especially if we touch on Japanese stuff, where we have to basically do pre-existing interviews, and we can't exactly, like, email creators.
At least I learned the art of the wrench throw.
Mm-hmm.
Whack. Whack. I'm gonna take the bolts. I need them. I need the money.
Oh no, you're causing the crippling lug nut shortage.
And what have lug nuts ever done for me?
Suddenly a green spaceship just took off to the sky.
Ah!
Third of Death, greetings from the Forgotten Circle of Hell, also known as Florida. Oh hey, you're down there with Mana Ginga?
Yeah, Ginga.
Ginga is their stage name, and they are non-binary. And also TJ Omega.
I want to meet that guy someday.
Use your bomb grenade.
Lottery win. Definitely gonna visit and raid his shop.
You can also use it in first person by holding down the L1 button.
Possibly also after my dad dies, considering I'm gonna get a lot of money from him.
Yeah, yeah.
But hopefully that won't be for a few years yet. DJ Toku, the best thing about the series may be the game names. I'm not sure if that's a typo or not, considering the naming puns of the game series.
I'm taking this like a fish to water.
Yeah, it makes you beg the question of what are all the enemies here for? Just beyond just things to kill. Again, there are a lot of fair merits to the narrative construction of the remake game because it answers these kinds of questions.
He's just a little buddy.
Third of Death actually meant TJ Omega, really nice guy. Yeah, that's what I've been getting across from a lot of his content. Plus, he's actually having a bunch of eBay sales right now because his 3D printer basically exploded. Kind of in the same way mine did when I got one. He apparently had a Creality Ender model, and that's the one I got that failed, so yeah, that's just a sign that don't go for those models if you're looking for 3D printers. Go for an Elgeo Neptune if you're looking for a cheap model, or I am looking at either a Prusa or a Bamboo model for which require me to
Hey, what's with all this save the solar system stuff anyway?
Save up a bit more for that.
Hello, citizens of
Wallace.
my race, the blog, have a small problem.
Hello, Kevin Michael
Our
Richardson.
planet has become so polluted, overpopulated, and poisonous that we are no longer able to dwell here. But I, Chairman Drek, have a solution. We are constructing a pristine new world using the choice.
We'll take our population and put them somewhere else.
So, what does this mean to you, you might ask? Using highly sophisticated technology, which you couldn't possibly understand, we will be extracting a large portion of your planet and adding it to our new one. Unfortunately, this change in mass will cause your planet to spin out of control and drift into the sun, where it will explode into a flaming ball of gas. But, of course, sacrifices must be made.
I mean, they could feasibly just take islands from a planet and build up the mass over time.
Where's the fun in that?
Condense asteroids, even. Asteroids are just pieces of planets that didn't actually get to form together.
But no, I want to make dinosaurs.
The people on those planets are hosed. Well, good luck getting Captain Quark to help you.
Actually, you could help me. If you could use your ship to take me to the coordinates contained in this infobot, I might be able to gather further information there.
Even if I wanted to, I can't.
He went from voicing Beast Wars Megatron to voicing the little robot buddy.
The robotic ignition system.
Like, this was in the gap year between...
I, sir, happen to be
the
equipped
gap
with the
years,
latest
plural,
robotic
between
ignition
Beast
systems.
Machines
My
and
programming allows me to
Armada.
start any ship I choose.
So, I agree to take you to this wherever it is, and you get my ship started for me?
That is what I'm proposing.
Also, the fact that Ratchet is topless in the first game.
Yeah.
Deal.
Like, he just has the magnetic harness for his wrench and Clank.
German Drake's flagship.
This could be a problem. Take care of it.
Who could that magnificent person Shadows be?
So that's where
Clearly
I've been
Buzz
stuck this
Lightyear.
whole time.
Please return
He
your
does have the chin.
steering mechanism, sir.
I wonder if that was the inspiration.
Oh, right. Sorry.
I wonder if he's
Oh, and
surprised.
by the way, you can stop calling me
I mean, he
sir.
was popular at the
The
time,
name's
and they were
Ratchet.
spoofing a lot
Your
of,
acquaintance.
like, pop culture
You
stuff.
got a name?
My serial number is B54296.
Oops. I'll just call you Clank for short. Hang on.
Yeah, that one can be misconstrued as a dick move instead of him just losing control momentarily.
Not in the city when my workers begin removing it.
Preposterous! I will not stand for this.
Unfortunately,
you're barely standing with
you
the
have
cane.
No choice in the matter.
Let's just see what Captain Quark has to say about that, my good man. I don't see what's so funny. Captain Quark could dispatch you without even breaking a sweat, you puny...
You have now officially worn out your welcome and my patience.
That's more obvious with hindsight than it is first lap, I gotta admit. Like, now it's obvious before, like, you think he doesn't think Quark is a threat.
Yeah.
No, he's all yours, gentlemen. Try not to leave any marks.
Actual Lens, did you play Armored Core 6 yet? No, we don't have a PS5.
But I want to play it.
Yeah.
Listen, I never played Dark Souls or any Soulsborne game, but you want me to, but I will totally strap my butt into a giant machine of death and punch the crap out of things.
Like, I can still buy Armored Core 1 off of the PS3 PSN store.
Yeah.
Ironically, most of the PS2 Classics games are gone now. Or they're hidden, I don't know which. I looked through the selection of what was available and basically nothing was there. Maybe they were delisted or hidden listed or something. What do you guys think about the first episode of the new arc of King Oger? This may be possibly the most powerful Sentai main villain ever, simply due to his space warping capabilities. Like, I'm not sure how many people here completed build, but that was stupid level end boss powerful for Evolt to pull that off. So especially since, you know, the entire plot arc of the early side of build was just Evolt getting his power back to do space warping.
Why is this text box still on screen?
Game bug.
Hello, citizens of...
Okay, there we
Exit
go.
is triangle.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. I'm learning.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, as I was saying, the plot arc of build was just Evolt getting his power back to do this kind of space and just other location warping, whereas the new guy in King Oger just does it casually and has apparently been doing it casually for years. The question is just his relationship with D-Boss that has been implied simply by Daigo coming back from Kyoryuger for a team-up, or if they're even going to involve that in the first place. Like, well, they could leave it alone and just be alluding to that D-Boss planet that was supposed to be populated by insects the D-Boss destroyed in ancient times before it went to Earth, but again, we don't exactly know yet.
But what we do know is that this new guy, like, showed up and basically, like,
sold himself as the most legitimate threat as a Sentai villain. I don't want to say ever, but like the fact that he is a literal man-child and they're working with it, they're legitimately getting selling him as threatening, like on the levels of like TOS cosmic horror monsters with how little they care about anything beyond their own goals.
Like, and also being voiced by Akira Ishida.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Akira Ishida is also known as Afranzala from Gundam Seed.
Like, I told, and like, the whole reason for why he's, like, showing up now, it's like, I didn't want to get my hands dirty. Like, I totally buy that.
Pure Crystal, is the new King Oger arc similar to the space arc in 2012 TMNT? I didn't watch 2012 TMNT, so because I'm not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, so I can't tell you. Shinta, what's your from Phantom666? What's your thoughts on One Piece live action? We haven't watched it yet because I am trying to fucking finish the Persona 5 scripts. We will be watching it after I finish those goddamn scripts at the end of the month. If they are done at the end of the month. They are that irritating for me to work on, and I keep getting interrupted. This is not Alexa's fault or John's, it's just there is always something that is keeping me from getting the work on them done. I've been trying to finish them for 4 goddamn months, and something keeps getting in the way of me actually working on them every fucking time. I am quite sick of it. And for a sign of how little I have actually gotten them done, I'm still working on finishing off Kamoshida's part of the story that is the first dungeon you do. Care of Death, at least they're not going the Air Zone solution route. That one's farther back. And yeah, great idea, bad image. For those who don't know, the Air Zone solution is a political commentary movie that happened to feature a bunch of Doctor Who actors in it.
Did we do something?
Phantom666, shame, I've seen her call you complaining about Persona 5 the yesteryear as well. Yeah, I had to scrap working on every review I'm doing for 2024 from doing them in 2023. Everything I'm doing for next year was supposed to be done this year, but because of 6 months of computer failures, I wasn't able to work on those at all then. This has been held back for a year and a half. I am quite sick of the delays. Like, not even a year and a half, a year and 8 months, 20 months now, that I was supposed to have progressed through them. Is it the long development time for any set of scripts I've ever done, and I just want to get them done?
Look, plumber's crack.
What did you just say?
I said, look, the plumber's back.
All right, wise guy.
And if I sound irritated, I'm sorry, I'm not directing that at
Newsflash, giant robots attacking.
It's like not directed at
anybody. I'm not directing at any specific person, I'm just voicing my frustration with that.
Socioeconomic disparity.
What?
He hasn't got enough bolts.
Working people have to wait for Captain Quark to save us.
Well, got anything
Socioeconomic disparity. Man, that is aged like wine.
Yeah.
Coordinates to a desert planet, too.
An infobot. Ratchet, we could use that.
500 bolts, you got more than enough.
I knew my collective hoarding would pay off.
Unfortunately, now you won't be able to buy the gun.
Did he just slide down a sewer pipe?
I mean, it is a clean sewer pipe.
Mayday, mayday! This is the
Oh,
solar
yes,
ship
kids.
Radical. We seem to be under attack from the planet's surface.
Relax, kid. It looks like some sort of fireworks display. Probably in your honor.
Whoa! That was close!
Yeah, this is a better set of animation for this little segment than the 2016 game did, which is basically where we're playing this for the compare contrast.
Kid, let's ham-scrape!
Did you see that guy on the left? That was Skid McMarks.
Does he know Captain Quark?
I
No.
doubt it. He's a pro hoverboarder, always going off about how cool he is.
Looks like he's in trouble.
I'll say. I've never seen him look so freaked out.
Blue Wolf Alex, you're good at saying in a way that is clear you're venting in general, Jess. Thank you. I do have this problem when I raise my voice, I sound angrier than I actually am. I've kind of gotten self-conscious of it because I've been threatened to be terminated a few times because of it, and, you know, kind of had to call out the managers that have done that, and actually inform my regular managers of it because it's come up so much.
Hey, look at that, 2,000 bolts.
This would have been hilarious had we been playing it in the year 2003.
In the year 2000.
No, once they got past the year 2000, the joke became, in the year 3000!
In the year 3000.
Yep, and now we exit by going down the tube.
this whole place is a series of tubes.
There's a metaphor here somewhere. So how much is to buy the gun? Oh, you're just 500 short.
I'll be back, Mr. Lizard Man.
Now, gee, how much did we pay the plumber?
Oh, shut up! Oh, be quiet! Be quiet! You just shut up!
Yeah, the game is like that, where you will arbitrarily end up getting only just enough for progression and buying stuff. Dear Death, I just question for you. If any of you are fans of Babylon 5, if so, the new anime movie's out. If you guys want to watch it. We have not gotten it yet. John wants to see it. It is, unfortunately, seems like it's an unnecessary sequel, but, you know, just a fun final romp as the cast members are dying off pretty frequently now, just simply due to age. And yes, Babylon 5 is good. Watch Babylon 5. It gets dark in Season 4, though. Really dark.
Yeah, like, oh gosh.
In fact, the political themes were so topical to the last 8 years that we actually had to go through the seasons in separate amounts because it's been that relevant to everything. You want to go up before you run out of air.
How do I go up? How do I go up?
Oh, right, there's inverted controls for a lot of that, so you gotta fix that in the control scheme. Options. Options.
It did. There we go.
Yeah, camera. Up, down, movement, invert. You gotta invert all of them, unfortunately.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, did you invert? I think, is that all correct, then?
Yeah, I'm hold on. Oh, hold on.
Okay, yeah, that might have done that. Also, can we turn on subtitles?
Oh, yeah.
Because that way we won't be just talking over the audio constantly. Here, Christoph, you heard the animated series Final Space got canceled due to WB Discovery merger. I have heard of it, I have not watched it. I heard it was decent, just it wasn't my thing.
Yeah, but another victim of the, like, oh, why did you... People like this, why did you stop it?
Jesse Torres, early 2000s PlayStation was the peak era for platformer games. Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter, and several others defined my childhood and early teenage years. Yeah, basically the second I got a PS2, well, first game I tried on the PS2 was ironically Kingdom Hearts, so that was a weird thing. Second game I tried on the PS2 was Robotech Battlecry, and to be fair, I didn't know. After that, because initially I got the PS2 to replace a PS1 that was damaged in a flood. So I just started off using it for the PS1 backwards compatibility for the games I still owned, but eventually started getting PS2 games, and one of the biggest ones for that, besides .hack, was Final Fantasy X, which I reviewed 9 years ago now. Unfortunately, it's one of those too poorly made for YouTube things with the bad audio and video for what I was able to do at the time.
Yeah.
And now we can buy the pyro gun.
The Pyrocitor.
The Flaminator.
The Waspinator.
Actual lengths. Is there any way to get any of this series and not from the US? Most of the games were released in Europe. In fact, there was a PS3 game that was exclusive to Europe. Otherwise, they are available collectively on the PlayStation Network through their PSN Plus service that you can stream them that way. But because I don't like PlayStation Network or the subscription PlayStation services, I went out of my way to purchase the PS3 copies and the PS2 ones that were never put on the PS3, because I have a backwards compatible PS3 that plays PS1 and PS2 games.
I feel like I missed something.
Yeah, there's an item in here, which is, I think, uses the bomb glove on one of the walls.
Yeah, I remember that. I just can't remember where.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we got a bug!
Yeah, that wall. That wall right there.
Yeah, I see it. There it is! Got the gold! First time playing this game, by the way.
Yeah.
Like I was like Cooper and Jack and Daxter, but I never got a hold on the Ratchet and Clank series.
And I was more an RPG person, so this entire series skipped me by.
I got some great bargains for you today.
The fact you have to buy the ammo separate.
Yeah, that's capitalism. Alright, so how do you switch weapons?
You have to go in the menus. Oh, there it is.
Yep. Hey, guess what, guys? Lexi has a flamethrower.
Lexi has a what?
Lexi has a flamethrower.
No, the joke is that's what you said. Now move.
Lexi needs a what?
Here, Crystal, didn't they change the title in Europe due to innuendos? Yes. Most of them, at least. Or, it wasn't a few of them. I know they did change All for One into Q-Force. So I'm guessing it depends on whether the sensors caught it or not. Because going commando is a euphemism, but also an actual descriptive term for what was going on.
It's honestly clever. Correct me if I'm wrong, but do the weapons upgrade via using them a lot?
Yes. The weapons have their own experience system.
I actually like that mechanic, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I love it when a game gives me a reason to, like, want to try out other types of weapons, you know?
Or at least diversify your moveset.
Hey, can I have a flamethrower? I promise I'll be good. Like, what's the worst that could happen if Lexi gets a flamethrower?
You set fire to the sun.
But the sun's already on fire.
You set fire to the sun.
Unless... Is it like that one guy came up on me and I threw a bomb right in his face?
Yes.
Hey, see me hitting these crates right here? You know what I'm doing? Boxing.
Boo. Lexi's never done punning. She is merely just waiting.
Yeah. I'm just chaos. Like, you see, it's not a matter of if I'm gonna make a pun, it's when I'm gonna make a pun.
Or if someone opens the door.
Yeah, like you tend to do.
John 556, your thoughts on Final Fantasy 16? We're not playing it.
My thoughts are that it exists, and I have my attention on other things. I have no strong feelings about this one way or the other.
Like, from everything we've seen from other people talking about it, its politics are tone deaf.
The gameplay can be fantastic, but... eh. Did it just come from here?
Yes, you did. I was wondering we were going that way. Because, yeah, you're going to the flying insect drones.
Right, that's what I thought. You lost the minute you touched ground.
Where you see the floor is lava.
No, the floor is bombs. Ooh, is that something for me to blow up?
Mm-hmm.
Blow it up, blow it up.
You know, at least why they're going after us now makes sense, because now Drek knows that there's a robot that has the awareness of what he's doing.
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Oh, what are you? Mercenaries? Torturers?
Riley,
Assassins?
apparently people are
How
praising
dirty would
Final
you be?
Fantasy 16 for not bowing down to woke identity politics and gaming or something.
Not assassins.
It's not, its story is literally about dehumanization and exalting dehumanization. That's not a good thing.
Has this ever happened to you? Hi, I'm Captain Quark, and believe me, there's nothing worse than staring down a Blargian snagglebeast from the inside and knowing your equipment isn't functioning properly. That's why I come to Al's Robo Shack for all my electronic needs. Al has been the exclusive repair shop for my super electro gadgets since I was knee-high to a sand mouse. And Al can't fix
He's
it.
just occupying the
It's not broke.
screen.
Right, Al?
The ego
You
triumphant!
said it, pal. So if you're fighting crime, or just fighting grime, come to Al's RoboShack in Metropolis for all your robotic repairs. Al's RoboShack, it's Quarktastic!
Oh, Jim Ward, we love
You know
you.
what this means.
You may also know him as Professor Xavier and Wolverine the X-Men, and Doug Dimmadome, over of the Dimsdale
If
Dimmadome.
we had a ship.
What? A ship? What? You're not going to torture me?
I'm not into that.
Well, as planetary chairman, I could arrange for you to borrow our courier ship.
Cool.
He was also Diamond Head, Accelerate,
Right.
Wildvine, and
Thank you,
Mr. Beck and Ben 10. Original series.
Now that you have coordinates to 2 new
And
planets,
he got around in the 2000s.
Doopy 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 doo.
DJ Toku, Ratchet, no, we are from the tax office. Serve Death, question, anyone wants to live in the timeline where Nintendo chose to partner with Sony instead of Philips? Kinda. But then again, we kind of would have gotten the Monopoly points.
That's the dark timeline where Mario has become an elder god and rules over everyone with an iron fist.
Yeah, because Sony greenlit a lot of creative stuff. It's that Sega does when Nintendo don't thing all over again with Sony and actually, you know, making it last for the most part. DJ Toku, so we have 2 Professor X's in this game. Yeah, didn't David K voice him in X? Yeah, Professor, he voiced Xavier in X-Men Evolution, yeah.
Yes.
Yes!
Yes. Yes. sand sharks. I wonder if you could beat this game with only just the bomb unit.
Bradley Harris, I always got the impression that the whole Nintendo versus Sony rivalry created some of the best games in both companies' libraries. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, like, you see, that's the thing, guys.
It's kind of why the Philips, the Nintendo not partnering with Sony was a good thing.
Yeah, because competition leads to people having to put forth their very best in order to, like, get your money and stuff. But when one company owns everything, what drives them to, be better?
Yeah. And it's like, we would have gotten stuff like Ratchet and Clank had it just been a Nintendo console. It would have had to go to the Xbox.
Ugh.
Yeah. And it's like, I continue to regret getting an Xbox 360 when I did, because I missed out on a bunch of cool PS3 stuff and PS2 stuff I hadn't been aware of at that point. But I got a PS3 eventually. And the Xbox 360 just sits there collecting dust, and when I want to next try and play Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie.
True story, like, when I had enough gift money for Christmas and my birthday to, like, get a new console, and it was a choice between a 360 or a PS3, like, all my friends had a 360, but I got the PS3 instead. Mm-hmm. You know what my first games were? Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 5, I believe.
Yeah, so not great choices.
No, here's the thing. Well, like, okay, Resident Evil 5 ain't half bad, but, like, it's only in retrospect. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, I said not great choices with retrospect.
Yeah. But I will say 13 was an important game for me. Because, like, back in the day, before I came out as trans and, like, was still stuck in, like, some really not cool mindsets, like, when I played as Lightning, I was like, wait, you can play as a girl in a game and not... Because I grew up around the whole, oh, you're playing as a girl mentality, like, if you chose a girl character, suddenly you were the weird one.
Yeah, and then nobody cares when they're a badass.
Yeah.
So ironically, Final Fantasy X-2 got around simply because you started out between two sword wielders and a gun wielding mistress.
I'm just collecting all the bolts.
Bradley Harris, Resident Evil 5 isn't bad if you're playing with a friend because the AA partner is absolute garbage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Speaking of the 360, did any of you guys play the real Final Fantasy 13, Lost Odyssey? No.
I heard decent things, though. Is there a map?
There should be.
Here we go.
Mayday, mayday! This is the solar ship Radical.
Huh. Okay, that's another bonus for David K's differences in vocal cadence. Tashomaru and Inuyasha and Trey's Kushranada.
Really?
Yeah. Like, those do not sound like we usually expect David K to sound.
He was Shishomaru.
He was Shishomaru.
Yeah,
Shishomaru, I should say. He came back to voice him in Yashahime.
That's actually really cool, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, Shishomaru was probably, like, a lot of girls, like, first, oh, I think I like the bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the definition of the whole, like, I'm not necessarily evil, I'm just I just really don't like you.
Granted, there's other times we straddled the line between the stern good guy and just chaotic evil. And sometimes he played it with the same character, like when he played Protoman.exe.
Still, that's wild. You can connect Transformers to Inuyasha.
You can connect a lot of things Takara was producing in the late 90s, early 2000s to David K.
The David K multiverse.
The Kanaverse.
The Kanaverse. Yes. I'm assembling a team. They're all characters voiced by David K.
The name's Raccoon. It rhymes with doom.
Here's Raccoon?
Yep, in the ocean dub.
Whatsoever. This downtime is killing me.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
Don't be so literal, son. The problem is I'm stranded on this backwater planet and my star client is nowhere to be found.
Hey, we saw you on that info bot. You're Skid's agent.
Was Skid's agent. Haven't seen him since our ship crashed. And an agent without a client is like a flea without a dog. Say, you look like an athletic kid. If you can bring back the championship prize from the hoverboard races in Blackwater City, I'll make you my next star.
We have no time for trivial matters, sir.
I could be the next Skid McMarks.
Clank with the... Really, bro?
The credits roll right here.
It's like, oh god, it's like, Ratchet, what are you doing? Ratchet, please, come back. Oh, and he's gone. I'm sorry, like, Inuyasha is just that series that I feel like I want to, like, revisit someday, if only because I haven't seen it since I was but a wee little anime
We
weeb.
saw ya.
Which series?
Inuyasha?
Yeah. Well, you got a bunch of the sets, so...
My agent and I got ambushed on the way to hoverboard practice.
Did he survive the crash, sir?
He's okay, but I've had a little trouble getting back to my ship due to my sprained ankle.
And, you know, plus all the carnivorous monsters that are on this planet.
Oh, Skid McMarks could clearly take
We'd
him.
love to help you, Mr. McMahon.
No, he's a
Right now, we need to
hacker,
find
not
Captain-
an assault guy.
He's so adorable. He's so,
Always wanted
he's
a
so
decent
plushy.
hoverboard.
He's Grump.
Well,
You do realize when
alright.
my Callan and
Just
Lelouch
keep
plushies
that
come
foot
in, they'll,
elevated.
like, we'll have to show them off, right?
We will end up having to place Haseo face down and with Count on top of him because
Yeah.
voiced by Yuri Lowenthal
Yeah.
and Takahiro Sakurai.
Cue the,
It's the unfortunate commonality of, like, overlapping actor illusions.
cue the gif of, Yuka Iguchi taking the Hibiki and Miku dolls and just going like this. Shoot, 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 shoot.
No, we'd have to do it with a Coon
Yeah.
plush doll because that's the one voiced by Johnny. Unless we could get a, plushie of Joker. Persona 5 Joker.
Yeah. That'd be Callan.
That's just Makoto. Like, that is literally just Makoto.
Burn!
Short, controlled bursts.
Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I died.
Yeah, you forgot to get the one that was in the foreground. Yeah, the problem with the first Ratchet and Clank game that was fixed with all subsequent ones, there's no real shoot strafing. Bomb glove.
Yeah. A
Or
bomb glove.
bomb glove behind. Like, you have to go around. That is much easier to see in this version than it was in the 2016 version.
At least you just respawn.
Yeah. I'm sure there's another weapon on this planet that helps with this.
Oh, that's my problem. I can run and shoot.
Yeah, you forgot you can run and shoot.
I legitimately forgot I could run and shoot.
DJ Tuko, sadly not everyone would get into Inuyasha. Yeah, that's understandable. Rumiko Takahashi has this problem with her characters where she executes a lot of disproportionate response between the interactions, so it doesn't make it seem as much like the two characters who are supposed to get together really should be together. Like, this was a problem with all three of the major series of hers that I engaged with, which were Urusei Yatsura, Ranma 1/2, and Inuyasha. I heard better things about Mason Ikoku, but they just reached a point where she started writing the girl in the relationship as always the one in the right, when objectively, or, when you were removed a bit more from the situation, no, they were often the one in the wrong and refusing to acknowledge that their male paramour had a point or had reasons for why they acted the way they did that they were not respecting. I actually have a rant on that specifically because Takahashi's work is inadvertently the origin point of the violent bitch that interpretation of characters that superseded the tsundere for several years. Actual lengths. Did you play the Inuyasha PS2 RPG? Yes.
Here's the thing. I saw advertisements for that back in the day.
I saw that in stores all the time back in the day. Same with the Fullmetal Alchemist PS2 game.
It's like, look, don't judge me. I wanted to play it. I was a weeb. The
swords. It was always the swords. Hell, I had a friend in middle and high school who cosplayed as Inuyasha for a few things.
It's good, like,
including my school's anime club doing a movie night, like an out of school movie night for, you know, things that were a bit more maturely rated than the teachers would allow us to play on a TV at the school. Dear Crystal, weirdly, Inuyasha was really popular in Canada. Inuyasha was weirdly popular in a lot of places. It's the most popularly accepted Takahashi series.
I think for the, like, what made it Inuyasha important for Canada was that I believe it was done by the Ocean Studio.
Oh yeah, all of the Takahashi series that were imported were dubbed by Ocean.
Yeah, like, and as such, like, it was important for, like when Ocean was first, like, starting out, right? Or not starting out, but it's like one of those...
Establishing them.
Yeah, like, it was a moment that established them as, like, a legitimate company. Because the voice... I have vivid memories of Inuyasha, and I remember the dub not being half bad.
Yeah, because you might also know Inuyasha as also being... Inuyasha and Ranma in English were both voiced by Richard Ian Cox, who is also known as Alleluia Haptism from Gundam 00, and Kai from 0079 Gundam, and I know he voiced a character in Gundam Seed. I'm blanking on them off the top of my head. What else was Richard Ian Cox known for? Big Cloud! That was what I was thinking of.
But, like,
Quicksilver in X-Men Evolution?
Oh, he was?
Yeah. He also was a guest actor on several episodes of Stargate SG-1 and Atlantis.
Yeah, that's not the first time this happened.
Yeah.
I mean, Kirby Morrow
popped up over there, too. And Kirby Morrow, many of you might know better as Troa Barton from Gundam Wing.
And Miroku.
And Miroku.
Rest in peace, Kirby. Like, I remember when we were going through SG-1, and I had that Leonardo DiCaprio. I know this guy.
Yeah. Fun fact, Richard Ian Cox currently teaches at a acting school in Canada.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Film acting at South Delta Secondary School. Okay, it's not a acting exclusive, but he is the film acting teacher there.
That's really cool, actually.
Prime Master Unicron. Didn't Ocean Group do the voices for Beast Wars and Beast Machines? Yes, they did a lot of things. That's why a lot of anime that was imported in the late 90s and early 2000s has basically the same collective group of voice actors. Ocean was basically the only big name in the anime dubbing world until it became a bit anime became an established media genre. Like Pioneer and Geneon were the other two big names, and then Funimation really came in when they took over Dragon Ball Z from them. Because Funimation started out with Dragon Ball Z. Okay, they actually technically they had a few other things before that, but they really only took off with their dub of the series.
A brand new Z3000.
I'm forgetting the name. I think it was Trinity Blood.
I got a bail.
It was a vampire politics series.
You've just acquired a Gadgetron Z3.
We just got ourselves a hoverboard.
Pure Crystal, do you think the 1994 cartoon The Tick is more relevant now because of the oversaturation of superhero movies? Mustache feeling. Mustache feeling. I love the original Tick series.
I got some
And I'm okay with the early 2000s Patrick Warburton one, but I like it more mainly for Patrick Warburton because Patrick Warburton is awesome. But it just, I feel, does not hold a candle to the Amazon series, even though that lasted only 2 seasons. I'm kind of a more sucker for plot arc stuff, but the absurdist humor of the original Tick series is just fun. The Mad Bomber, what bombs at midnight. I think most of the episodes of the Tick cartoon from the 90s is on YouTube, actually. I got John a DVD set of the show that I found at a half-price books a few years ago.
Huh. Somebody in the chat was asking if you wanted to reviewing Stargate would be awesome.
Honestly, I'm mostly fine with SF Debris' reviews of it, because, you know, he came in blind from being a Star Trek, Star Wars guy, and him independently finding the merit on it and doing better things that Star Trek wasn't doing well at the same time was uplifting. Hell, when Louis Lankara went through Stargate for the first time a few years ago, and him being super positive about it, and then him doing the comic review of one of the unfortunately poorly handled comic books for the series, and him saying like it was doing everything that Star Trek and Star Wars at the time were not, that was a big plus in my mind, because that was always my feeling about that. Granted, my heart will always primarily belong to Farscape, but Stargate is its own unique beast.
I got a gun! Watch out, everybody! Lexi's got a gun!
That unfortunately just had its own bad ending for the franchise because of MGM's bankruptcy and the focus on Stargate Universe.
Lexi's got a gun.
Good reviews. I love how Townsend Coleman was in Transformers Animated and his character Sentinel Prime was deliberately designed after the Tick. Oh yeah, because Townsend voiced the Tick, if I remember correctly.
Bang, 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 bang.
Running Rider, thoughts on the Farscape 25th Anniversary Blu-ray set announcement? I didn't know there was one, but considering the masters for the first 3 seasons were junked without the production team's awareness, there's legitimately no chance of higher resolution video even with HD collection, so unless there's something really new for it, I don't think I'll need to replace my Blu-ray set of it. Bradley Harris, must have just come in. Oh lord, who let Lexi have a gun?
Dave, he did. Thanks, man. See this is the positive benefits of me having firearms. Your enemies die.
To be fair, SGU Season 2 actually did improve a lot of stuff about the series. I kind of disagree. Like, they did different things, but it kind of followed the same issue I had with the first season of it doesn't seem to be exactly considering the ramifications of their actions.
Oh, this is Machine Gun 2? Yay! Oh, hey, Al.
That's the man we saw on the infobot, remember?
It's him! The fat man!
Robot guy, right?
No, actually, I build robots. I myself am not a robot guy, per se.
Nerd.
DJ Took, well, I mean, it wasn't the last two seasons of Stargate SG1, just Farscape version 2? I kid, but it was too easy. Yeah, I actually enjoy the Ori arc because of Ben Browder and Claudia Black's inclusion.
Claudia Black, holy, that's a lady right there.
XP18 sister boards.
Just as a reminder for Mass Effect fans, she's Liara's dad.
I may be able to help you out after all. How does a helipack upgrade sound?
Upgrade?
Match.
And yeah, Cure Crystal for the nice catch there for the Farscape reference. Did you know that the Rhino in future games plays the song 1812 Overture? Ronan Ryder, thoughts on the Ratchet and Clank movie? I didn't find it bad, but I understand why actual big-time Ratchet and Clank fans would have been disappointed.
Yeah, you the man, Clank.
You're welcome.
Because yeah, I was my first, like we got into during when we played the 2016 game, my first awareness of Ratchet and Clank was the commercials, but I didn't buy the games. And then a friend of mine named Rachel, who lives in Australia, streamed them. No, wait, it was Rachel who did them second. Actually, my friend Tony Mattingly streamed them first. And then she did them later, and I was part of the commentary for some of those. But yeah, it was their just general enjoyment of these games that got me to go and see the movie, because, you know, video game adaptation. You fell off the ledge.
I almost died.
Yeah, it wanted me to go see the movie to just support it, and when we got regularly streaming in like 2016, I started looking for the collections. No, it might have been 2015, come to think of it. But I couldn't find them at the time. Because, you know, that was during that PS3 to PS4 transition point where PS3 games started to become more rare, but they didn't exactly pop up much on eBay and places like that yet. Oh yeah, Cure Crystal and Ronan Ryder both gushing about how good the commercials for Ratchet and Clank are.
They were legitimately, like, they got your attention.
The Sheepinator, before there actually was a Sheepinator. You have the power of gun and geekdom on your side.
I'm an all-powerful goddess. Bow before me before I consume your souls.
Now let's defeat these monsters with the power of courage in this gun I found.
Yeah, it's called the courage gun. Does it fire a metaphysical idea and belief system at me? No, it shoots you with death.
That's another thing I need to look into building once I get the proper 3D printer. The Haseo's dual guns.
Those things are sick.
Those things are sick. And no one's made a STL 3D printable file, so I can actually do that from my archive of the game sprite models. Like how I did the Gate of Robbers.
That was a project.
Yeah, that was a project. DJ Tuku, I'll make a confession. I like Stargate Universe, but I see why others don't. It does not have the same charm as SG-1 Atlantis, but it's still better than Origins. I will die on that hill. I will not argue that point. Origins was completely unnecessary, and the problem with Stargate Universe was more the fact that they styled it after Battlestar Galactica immediately after everyone got sick of Battlestar Galactica because of how they fucked up Battlestar Galactica's final season. And I should say the entire final season, specifically the ending. Like, no one wanted the precursor to Earth ending.
Oh my gosh, we were wrong.
It was Earth all along. Like, it works for... That works for Planet of the Apes and spoofing Planet of the Apes specifically because, you know, it's after Earth.
Hey, isn't this great?
Boo.
Why? Come on.
Rotom Rider, also funny how Jason Momoa was in Stargate Atlantis as a warrior, wanted to play Conan, Aquaman, and be in Game of Thrones. Yes, it's called Drogo. And the funny thing is, the snarky comedy of Stargate Atlantis made Jason Momoa's character Ronan be referred to as Conan and as Aquaman in the show. Actually, it was one of Ronan's lines of snark that referred to himself as Aquaman, and apparently that was an ad-lib on Jason Momoa's part, so he apparently was a fan of Aquaman even back then, so him getting to play the role was actually of Aquaman in the movies. Even if Aquaman was not that great to film, like, it's one of the better of the DCEU movies, in my opinion, because John and Alexis made me go with them, made me watch it with them. And yeah, I'll say it is one of the better ones. It just needed a script doctor to go over dialogue, and I think that was the entire problem with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny how things work out like that.
I'm doing really well with this blaster. Oh, you love that little...
I do! Like, I just need Adelie. I just need them to do Adelie, and I've mentioned that to CyberConnect representatives on on not calling it X, on Twitter, that I would adore and would buy immediately them doing a set of Black Rose and Adelie. I know they're working on Tsukasa and Tokyo next, and fair enough, for protagonists, you gotta do them first, but if they do any more plushies, I want them to do Adelie and Black Rose. And of course, you'd be obligated at that point to do Subaru and Saika. Possibly Aika as well. You got 1 hit point left. Fortunately, I think it's still too far.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm still learning.
Camera controls is completely understandable. And again, this was their first time doing a game like this, so it makes sense for the controls to be a bit wonky.
I just wanted to level up the blaster because I like it go pew 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 pew.
Actual links. Too bad we didn't get Haseo with the blade wings and last free code or on that code. I love that code, but it's just so cool. Yeah, one of the best things about Link is just the character redesigns in it.
Adelie's is so cute.
Especially with the wings.
Yeah, and her big poofy hat, like her...
The gigantic poofy hat.
It's like, her hat could not possibly get more poofy.
And the fact that more distinctly diversified her character model from that of Shino's, that was very helpful for people who just kept confusing them for the same character, even though they made it a point in the GU games that they were not the same character and shouldn't be considered the same character. One is not the replacement for the other. Pure Crystal, I'm hoping that someone makes Some Call Me Johnny review the Dot Hack franchise. I'm kind of hoping Gerard gets to it at some point, if only because I know the original item completion event would give him hell. And the fact that I am one of the few YouTubers out there that have actually done the item completion events and have evidence of doing it. Like, you could get people who just put up gameplay footage that never bothered to do the item collection event.
I think if anything, just Dot Hack deserves more love than, like...
Yeah.
Okay, like, it has a very passionate fan base. Like, there's no denying that. It's just, but it's like...
I just wish more of them understood that it's not up to CyberConnect. It's not up to CyberConnect whether or not they ever do a remaster of the original quadrilogy, because it's explicitly a Bandai IP. They control that exclusively. They need to bug Bandai, not CyberConnect. Run and Rider, thoughts on Discotech putting out Black and Black RX? I bought the sets. like, Discotech has proven themselves to actually handle translation well. The only one I ever have my gripe will have. The only one of their sets I have any gripes about are their Gal Gagar ones, simply because they changed the one thing that was correctly translated, and then did not fix any of the actually grammatically erroneous stuff from the original Media Blaster subs for the series.
Perhaps we can persuade the lieutenant to tell us where.
Oh, it looks like Terror of Death managed to get all 3 volumes of Legend of Twilight.
Neat. Actual Links, yeah, Link has some good parts, just overall the main character is bad in my opinion. Yeah, people do not like Tokyo, and I put it best in my review that the fact that they make every other preceding character in the game series subservient to him to promote him as a positive protagonist is not endearing and screws over his appeal more than anything else.
From my head trainer. Simply make your way to the 3rd island to complete
Dear Crystal, did Discotech Media mess up with the set for the Gal Gagar Finals Valdez? I bought it, but I haven't opened it. I'm betting they're the kind of translators that keep things. Their translation team, I should say, is the ones that keep things consistent. So I don't between entries. So I don't think they corrected the error with Guy's name.
Well, I find the fact that he has a spring where his leg should be to be
quite puzzling.
Actual Links and the gameplay. Don't forget the gameplay. Oh yeah.
An injury incurred while battling evil.
This isn't the real Captain Quark, you numbskull. It's a robot.
Oh.
Aww. Oh, look at Clank. You're so disappointed.
Yeah, the insulting him for this when he's literally like 2 days old is dick move Ratchet. And again, that's the kind of thing they were trying to fix with swapping voice actors and fixing up the characterization a bit.
Yeah. Long jump.
It's like, do it when it's appropriate, not when it's just low-hanging fruit.
There's a difference between roasting your best friend and
there's a difference on whether someone deserves it or not.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, how was Clank supposed to know?
Like, we roast each other all the time.
Yes.
And there's sometimes where you get me. Oh, but I will have my day.
One eye open.
Oh, come on. Look, I make a few too many puns, and then suddenly...
And suddenly the world is on fire.
Well, it's because I'm hot stuff, after all.
Dear Crystal, this is why I prefer the 2016 remake. You mean with regards to the characterization of Ratchet? Yeah. A lot, though. Golden Bolts definitely put up a fair argument that they try and overfix Ratchet's character in that one to the point that he lacks character. And fair enough. If you put it from the angle of Ratchet is too much of a jerk here because he's on a character arc to be less of a jerk later on, that's fine. It's just like the fact that immediately in the course of development, Insomniac realized we made Ratchet too much of a jerk. We need to pull it back immediately and fix that up in the sequel that was greenlit while this game was being developed. Is a good sign that even they knew that they needed to fix that.
Yeah, Insomniac aren't fools. Moving block puzzles. I so wanted to...
Yeah, you can save yourself a pupper now.
These strats.
These moving walls also function as jump slots. Jump and jump again to kick off the walls in midair until you reach the top.
Actual Links would love an all-new Dot Hack game, not remake or remaster of a new game to get a new timeline. We have had alternate timelines, but in the sense of they're alternate tellings of a core story. Whenever we've had an AU thing, there's always been a core canon story part connected to it. So they haven't really gone full AU timeline at any point.
But I will say that a new Dot Hack game, or at least, like, I so wanted Hiseo to be in the Smash Brothers game.
Yeah, and the issue is, we know why Bandai isn't, and that's because of Sword Art Online. They already have that virtual MMORPG franchise that covers the genre for them. And it doesn't matter what people think of Sword Art Online's quality, whether they like it or not, it is still being intrusive in preventing another established franchise from getting any more content for it.
And plus, Bandai Namco, like they tend to be scatterbrained with their focuses.
Yeah.
Courses like that for breakfast.
She is going to pump you up.
I think she's gonna eat me.
For the rest of the day. But somehow you managed to impress that fool Captain Quark.
Captain Quark knows about us?
He certainly does. And worst of all, he wants me to give you a prize for that ridiculous performance.
Cool, what is it?
I'm supposed to give you a swing shot.
That's what I thought. Mona Marshall!
Like
Mona Marshall!
Right, let's see it.
Not so fast.
Oh yeah, kite, yeah.
You disgraced my obstacle course, so I am going to make you pay.
But that prize is ours from the captain. That's not fair.
Too bad. Life's not fair.
You bitch.
Sweet. I bet Captain Quark uses stuff like this all
Captain
the
Quark
time.
will not use that stuff all the time.
Yeah, you may also know Mona Marshall as Izzy in Digimon Adventure, Terriermon in Digimon Tamers, young Ichigo Kurosaki, young Shiro Emiya,
Use it on standard Versa targets.
Lucemon original form in Digimon Frontier, because of course, Clue and Rave Master, several, Sheila Broflovsky in South Park. I did not realize that.
How do I use the swing shot?
Target the, that's a very good question. How do you use it in this game? Terror of Death, the only good thing about Sao was Sao Abridged. I've never actually watched Sao Abridged. I know people have recommended jokes to it for me, but I just I don't want to engage with it that way. Bradley, personally I think Sao is overstayed its welcome and needs to go away for a while. Yeah, I mean, it's been around and active for 13 years now. Even .hack just lasted about 8 to 10 years itself before it got retired, right? And at least it had different protagonists, so if you didn't like one section of the series, you could legitimately just play another, and while there would be carryover continuity for the longer story arc, they still formatted things so you wouldn't have continuity lockout with it. There's not a lot of series that can make that claim, especially with such lore-heavy story arc stuff as the .hack series. Golden Guard, do you think they'll try and bring Mona back to voice Ichigo's son on the anime epilogue? I'm assuming a Bleach 1000-Year Blood War arc?
Yeah.
That would be a decent thing for them to do. I don't know if they'll do it.
It would be cute as hell if they did.
Yeah.
I got some great bargains for you today.
Thank you, lizard people. You see, lizard people aren't evil, they're just trying to sell you firearms.
Which is ironic because most of the people who buy firearms in America believe that it's the people in power are lizard people.
Are you a lizard person?
Actually, I think that's probably why they do it as part of the capitalism, like, riffing this game does. Here, Crystal, since this is going to take its release in the Digimon movies, do you think it's possible for them to get X Evolution? It's entirely possible. Like, if they got the Master Digimon license, then, and we know they did they're doing the first 3 Digimon movies as a complete set, so then they could feasibly do both of Okay, they would then be able to do Digimon Zero 2's movie and the 2 Digimon Tamers movies as a 3-piece set, and then that would leave Frontier, X Evolution, and Saber's short movie, which has never gotten imported before, as a set themselves, if they just wanted to keep it to 3 at a time. The issue there is movies 4 through 7 did get a dub when the license was under Disney, so they might just do that as a set.
But it also gives high hopes that they'll do Tamers.
And they'll likely go through Tamers, at the very least. The question then becomes, will they do the 2020 Digimon anime? And will it require them to break it up into multiple sets because of how long that series is?
That's all we're gonna go for.
We're gone for an hour 16 minutes,
Yes,
believe it or not.
Really?
That should just about do it. Commander, we are finished with this world.
Yeah, the
Commence
2016
towing
game
our
was
planet to
definitely
its next
slower
destination.
paced, just by having the maps be bigger.
Yes, sir. You have fulfilled your tree quota. Barely. We are ready to return to base. Not so fast, Lieutenant. Just because we don't need any more trees doesn't mean they should have them. Destroy everything.
Dick. Like, what an asshole, right? Seiho just chilling on the monitor.
The fact that I balanced him and he's actually in the corner of the screen, staring at the audience.
Ray.hack.
Pure Crystal, may I repeat my question? Oh, sorry, I missed that. What is your favorite TM Revolution song?
Ooh.
That is a very good question because I have not listened to Takanori Ishikawa's entire discography. I am a continuous sucker for Invoke. Heart of Sword, the Rurouni Kenshin closing theme, is a classic.
Yeah.
I like his song Web of Nights. There's also a Gundam Seed adjacent song called Zips that was used for some of their side content. Vestige is also really damn good.
Yeah, Vestige.
I hate that I had to use Saki Ashizawa's cover, which, by the way, is still really damn good. When I did the Super Robot Wars V montage of the Seed Team super attacks in that game. Like, seriously, Saki Ashizawa is a fantastic vocalist and YouTuber, and you should look through her library of songs. Video reviews. You should make Plushy Haseo your mascot, and he will be on the set for when I film the Code Geass and Persona 5 reviews, because I have not filmed either of those yet. Persona 5 because I'm still writing it, and the Code Geass review because I have to go and revise it one last time with inclusion of content that involves discussion of Witch from Mercury.
It did not have that.
Oh no, Golden Garo is right. The song I used was Meteor. I was also thinking of Vestige in that because I also had to replace the Vestige is the last opening thing of Gundam Seed Destiny in the original cut, and is the song that plays when the Strike Freedom debuts. And I also had to replace that version of the song in V because it got copyright claimed. So I had to use the Super Robot Wars cover of it, which was irritating to edit. Here, Crystal, if you need help writing scripts, I can help you if you want. Now, the issue is just I keep having disruptions, so I can't even stream of consciousness my writing style and then go through it and revise that. That's usually how I write things. Just like if I'm not being able to work on something because of computer problems, or there's an active distraction or I can't be in my flow state, I'm not going to be able to get it done. That's why it's not been able to get done. Earlier this year, it was the tendinitis. More recently, it's just other projects taking a hell of a lot more time than they should have to begin with. And it's been all sorts of irritating. So it's like having another person to bounce ideas off of, I have Alexis for that.
That's what Lexi's are for.
And as of late, like last night, I got a lot of work done just by having her be upstairs playing Xenoblade 2 again, while John was off doing his own thing.
I helped by getting out of the way.
Yes. And then today, after we're done streaming, I have to ship one package, and I need to get some dehumidifying packets for downstairs because, again, the water leak thing I described earlier. And then I will have, hopefully have no distractions from working on it, and that's just what I need. No distractions.
Yep, so you won't hear me. Except for when I'm sobbing over, like, the game ripping my heart out.
Yeah. Primates vs. Yukon. Will the Persona 5 review have Shaw references since Shuichi Ikeda voiced Shido? Not in the way you think, because I am of the opinion that hashtag Shaw did nothing wrong.
Though let's be real, his boss design was based off it.
Yeah, no, it was. I will be bringing that up.
Also, I can't believe that, like, I didn't mention this, but there is some dummy going around on Twitter saying that Persona 5 isn't political in any way.
And it's like, I'm assuming you don't grasp cultural context because no, it absolutely is political.
No,
it is a literal political conspiracy plot.
Like, no, and here's why it's funny. The guy apparently sunk like 200 hours into the game and still didn't call it political.
Even though it involves a political election that perfectly mimics the 2016 presidential election.
Yes.
Like, the guy has to be an idiot, and I'm betting he is, or at least he's either an idiot or trolling people because he had an Akechi profile pic. And it's like, guys, did you not catch? Did you not catch the problem?
Like, you know, Akechi's kind of a villain, like he's actively killed people.
Shh, we can't say it on stream, or Atlas will take down our stream.
Oh, what? Atlas ninjas are gonna.
Oh, and yes, I am going to be very critical of that because the big twist in the goddamn game is exposed the fucking second that the character speaks. Because the one thing about the casting for the Japanese cast in Persona 5 is it was subversive to typecasting for the cast members. Like, they play the characters in a way that plays into, but is also distinct from any other character they have played. And so, Akechi's voice actor usually exclusively plays good guys. That is the tip-off. That is the literal tip-off.
Where are we going?
Yes. Here, Crystal, what's the worst twist you've ever seen in media? Precursor to Earth endings. I hate precursor to Earth endings. Go around the corner, because... Yeah, go around the corner. Green's where you've already been, gray is where you've not been.
Oh, reaching. Right, okay.
And I think you're going back the way you came. Okay, yeah, never mind me. Yeah, so you need to go up and to the right. Yeah, so that's why that was never mind me.
There we go, okay.
That's refresh my memory. Is it Persona 5 Royal or vanilla Persona 5 you're reviewing? Why would I do review the base Persona 5 when Royal exists? I explicitly waited for the extended version before even trying to review it. The issue is just there's so many fucking delays.
Yeah, the only part convincing about Persona 5 Vanilla is just like how the story is still good, but it has gameplay quirks that hinder the experience.
And I am bringing those up. I went off on the gunplay mechanics where they weren't really as effective as Royals. And getting rid of the ammo mechanic was actually wise, considering why the hell would Shadows know if you were out of ammo? They have no cognition of you being out of ammo when you run into a different group of them.
Yeah, so by the game's own logic,
like, how would the ammo you make even fit in the guns, because they don't stop being toy guns? So how would you in turn reload them? Also, another way that we knew Akechi was a villain in advance, when you find a weapon in the game in a palace, the dungeons of Persona 5, they thematically and visually match the type of dungeon you are in. We first encounter Akechi when he has a lightsaber and a laser gun, sci-fi weapons. The previous palace was sci-fi themed, meaning he could only get a lightsaber and a laser gun in the previous palace. That immediately tips him off to lying, because he says he only just awakened his persona. But no, he had to have been in the previous palace, meaning he had to be the killer. So no, that was planned.
It's like I don't know. Ryuji seems pretty sus. We need to eject him. Wait, what? Ryuji was not the imposter.
Yeah. And it's like, it's those kind of things that make me baffled that by people who say that the Akechi being the killer was a last minute twist. No, it is foreshadowed. It is planned and plotted, and you have all of these visual cues to him being the true one after you and against you. It is not subtle. It is something you literally pick up on if you're listening to the Japanese version of this tracks. And nothing against Robbie Draymond in his portrayal as Akechi. It's just, it's more obvious thanks to the actor illusion stuff. That's what they were doing.
And also, I know Billy Kometz was Dr. Maruki, and, you know, rest in peace, Billy. And from what I heard, he does a pretty good job. Like, I would say that the issue is less the dub actors and more like the direction.
Yeah. So it's like, I see all these, like Alexis and I were talking about earlier, we see all these people who are condemning the people because, condemning the good people because the people doing the condemnations literally didn't understand the character arcs, whereas they defend Akechi like Matt is, you know, singled out and scapegoated for this, and he's not the actual, real killer for narrative reasons, and it's like, did you not pay attention?
Yeah,
Did you literally not pay attention?
Persona, like, it's like...
Why is it Persona specifically has this problem?
I don't know. It's like, other games can be subtle and like, you know, have deeper meanings and themes, but like, Persona can just like tell you...
Persona does it, and it tells you literally that it's doing it, and people say, no, it's not doing it. Like, what the actual hell? Crystal, how do your fear of clowns happen in the first place, Des? Okay, I play that up more for comedy. Let me just make that clear. I'm not actually terrified of clowns. I don't like clowns.
I don't like clowns either. They're the ultimate evil, you know.
Now, admittedly, if I were to say I actually had a fear of clowns, then it would have to be Mark Hamill's The Joker. Because that is part of the creep factor there. Is definitely a reason why people have become unsettled by clowns. It's a funny thing. Like, it's such a funny thing that multiple series have exploited. It was exploited in Stargate Atlantis, of all things.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It's like, it's the being afraid of mimes, but the being afraid of mimes thing actually makes sense when you realize they have power over space. Like, they can put people in boxes. Just look at that Mr. Mime over there.
Oh no. Mr. Mime, what are you doing? No, no, please don't cut off my oxygen.
So the question, what are your thoughts on the new Kyoryu gene with a J? The Z spelling is a misromanization. Playing Kyoryu Red design. I don't mind that they're just swapping in the armor pieces for the King Ogre suit over the Carnival undersuit. Like, I still think that looks good. Like, Kyoryu Red Carnival is a design you can't screw up even with modifications. It's just that aesthetically pleasing. So, no, there's nothing wrong with it, and yes, it does look better than the Cosmic Fury suits because actually competent designers were the ones behind it. As for the Kyoryujin toy, we're waiting for news for a mini plug. That's basically it.
Yeah, sorry for the constant dying.
It happens. Bradley asks, the people who defend Akechi so vehemently are the Joker X Akechi Super from what I've seen. Yeah, that's basically all of them. It's ironically the second or third time that has happened with the Jun Fukuyama character, who voices Joker, in Japanese, I should specify, where the fandom for them ships them with a person that is their diametric opposite and antagonist. And it's like, these are not two opposites attracting, this is, we literally can't coexist. One of us needs to die. Or one of us needs to be the acknowledged villain, so the storyline can have a concrete conclusion. And the fact that Persona 5's developers buy into the, oh no, we can make it so Akechi survives because of the protagonist's feelings for them thing, are not helping that, because the fandom that are Akechi shippers are a hyper minority. A vocal, virulent, rabid hyper minority.
Yeah, I said this before, I'm just gonna say it. I never got Joker and Akechi as a ship. I never got it. Like, there are times where I see a crack ship and I'm like, okay, that makes sense in some insane brain way, but like I see them as like really good friends, but like to the point of them like being gay for each other.
No, the thing about that is, Joker is aware throughout their entire Confident social link that Akechi is after them, and Akechi is hiding things from them. Akechi is likely the killer. That's what the flashback arc for that even tells, that they were onto Akechi from the start.
Like, you're not fooling anybody, buddy.
So that the fandom that promotes Akechi says, no, he wasn't. It's like, yes, he was. Box says on the side. Black Century King, it's been on my mind for a while, but in Connor Tyson, why do you think Stronger didn't use his electrothermal manipulation powers against geothermal manipulation powers against Kabuto? Because he doesn't have geothermal manipulation powers. His powers are uniquely based in electricity. If you mean why he didn't use the wide area Denji shock skill, it's like the effects technology is so improved over the years that they didn't need to use like blasting lines to create the electrical line effect through the ground. That's why they probably didn't show him electrifying the ground around him. And even then, like, high-speed enemy can just jump over it. Also, yes, Media Hood Reviews has the more logical option on that. Blame the writer not knowing a single thing about anything he didn't write. Yeah, that was basically Shoji Gonomora's shortcoming. Not helped by the producer basically not letting him, you know, look into any of that. Pair of Death. I ship Joker and Makoto. Ah, yes, a sane, logical person in the audience.
Also, yeah, it's like like Joker has two hands.
Yes. So, unfortunately, though the harem endings are not canon, pick 2.
Like, honestly, like, if there was any gay ship that I totally support for Joker, it's Ryuji, because he's such a sweet boy.
He's the normal one. That is the actual point. It's the diversification from, I'm forgetting the actor's name off the top of my head. I hate that I'm like this with names.
I am
Mamoru Miyano. Yeah, him being the normal one is why he's different from the rest of Mamoru Miyano's roles.
I need to get ammo.
Yeah.
Mamoru Miyano is everywhere.
He is everywhere. He is Dio now, thanks to one of the stage plays for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Which is like the best and not greatest casting ever. But
I got some great bargains for you today. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, that's a nice one.
Also, Kira Crystal, yes, just like Aoi Yuki is everywhere.
She is perfection. Aoi Yuki
is everywhere makes sense by how honestly new she actively is as a voice actor over the last 10 years. Mamoru Miyano, though, has been around a lot longer, so has gotten more of the everywhere effect.
Like, seriously, Aoi Yuki is so talented, it's like, kind of nuts. Like, did you know she's a manga artist?
Yeah.
Available on this planet.
Like, casual and in the casual amateur range, but she is definitely a good enough artist to swap from being a voice actor to a mangaka.
Yeah. Like,
so it's like she could easily do that casual webcomic kind of thing if she wanted to.
Actually, I believe she has, like, volumes of her work on sale, and she draws furries.
Of course.
Well, not like the furries you're thinking of, but like, you know, small, cute, like, tailed concerto kind of furries, you know?
I mean, that doesn't surprise me considering she is a huge Sonic the Hedgehog and Shadow the Hedgehog in specific fangirl.
Yeah.
Because that is usually how it starts.
It all starts with that freaking hedgehog.
Backstep King. I'm forgetting this wrong, but didn't Stronger once summon a geyser of geothermal energy once? I swear his abilities were solely based on electricity and possibly electromagnetism. They might have done something with effects that showed off the geothermal explosion, but I could have sworn it was all electricity. As a reminder of that, it has literally been 10 years since I watched Kamen Rider Stronger, so I could definitely be mistaken or misremembering something. But I was almost certain it was solely electricity-based.
Superconductive electromagnetism.
Yes. Actual lengths. I don't get why silent protagonist is a thing even now. Like, you hired the VA, let them voice your character. Like, come on. I know, that is one of the criticisms of Persona 5. Why didn't Jun Fukuyama and Xander Mobius get an actual chance to voice and give character to the character outside of the awful A1 Pictures anime?
Well, they do voice the personas on occasion, but they should be given opportunities to, like...
But yeah, that's battle dialogue, not character dialogue.
I was gonna say, they should be given more opportunities to, like when you select the dialogue option, they should be able to respond with a phrase or something, you know?
Yeah, they should have been. And by the way, the Persona 5 anime, for as bad as it is one of the worst cases of highway robbery by Aniplex North America. The Blu-ray complete set for that series costs $400.
That's like if you're gonna watch it pirated,
it's like I would refuse to buy Durarara, and that's a 65 episode series that they were selling for $700. Like, that is a better value by comparison. Like, even the Gurren Lagann and Kill la Kill sets, which average around 200, those are fucking overpriced themselves.
I only have...
So double that cost for that same amount of content? No.
I only bought them because I had, like, you know, the spare capital to do so. Like,
yeah, it's like, it's Kazuki Nakashima. We both bought the Kill la Kill sets on discount, and there are still a bunch of bugs and flaws with those sets because Aniplex never bothered to fix them.
And I also got the Fate sets because I'm a simp like that.
Yeah, you're a simp for Sakura specifically.
Well, yeah, like, hey. And also Archer and Mia, like,
yeah,
like, talk about a buff boy. It's like, hold on, this man's cooking.
But yeah, everyone only either follows through with streaming Aniplex releases for a reason, or otherwise pirates them because it is morally correct to pirate something that is that price gouged. Because this is not done in Europe for those same sets. This is not done in Japan for those same sets. You can import the European or Japanese version of those same sets for a literal fraction of the cost. There is no reason why the North American release has to be so price gouged when we are the largest market by just per capita.
Oh, I saw this in the chat, but apparently Terror of Death ships Haru and Kaba. Rare ship, but okay, I'm for. Let's go. Honestly, like, if there was any, I would ship like Haru and Makoto. Like, you know, like the two opposite spectrums, like the pristine, like
the two adults in the room.
The two adults in the room, and Haru's like the cottage core pink, like. He's full of pink and love and axe murder, and then Makoto's like the same, like
the strict mom versus the nurturing mom.
Exactly, yes. The two moms.
There's a logic there.
That in this analogy, this makes Yusuke the weird uncle.
Inari is from the start, so. There's a new gun.
Sweet.
Gadgetrons
suck.
And vacuum up
Suck.
multiple enemies.
Suck.
Then fire them out as high-caliber missiles. Caution: enemies must be small enough to fit inside the barrel.
Here, Chris, the Madoka Magica movies that Aniplex released are $100. Well, $75 on right stuff. It's more reasonable pricing, right, guys? It's a movie.
Think about it. Like,
it's a movie. It is just a movie. It is far less content than the series would be. Movies should never be more than like $30, unless you got like a special edition thing going on. And even $30 is expensive. Like, most of the anime movies I buy are in the $20 range. Usually discounted on right stuff to like $16, depending on their sales. So no, it's still in that 4 times what they're worth, 3 to 4 times what they're actually worth range.
Okay, I think I can leave this planet.
Hell, I'm recollecting Transformers Armada minicons, and I'm dealing with steep price inflation, but that's over the course of 20 years with that, where the figures aren't made anymore. Whereas these are currently distributed DVDs and Blu-rays where they are price gouged to hell.
Where do I go next?
I don't know.
So they got the suck cannon. I don't know where to go next.
So, map? Open the map. Okay.
It's like, I need the Trespasser for one thing.
So there is that, yeah, that's the question mark one, and then the Trespasser might be on a previous planet?
Possibly. I have to go back and check. Oh, where do we go now? Where do we go?
Yusuke shipped with art. Yes. Oh, Black Century King. There's a metal door near the beginning area. Like...
You mean this?
This?
You'll need a Gadgetron trespasser to get past this security door.
Yeah, we did that one.
Unfortunately, our scans do not show a trespasser available on this planet.
Or are they talking about this thing over here?
It might be. Oh, Planet Iridia has the Trespasser.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. Prize to agent, user swing shot. Well, we've not gone to the planet with the race course yet, so we can't go to the agent. So yeah, the Trespasser... Oh yeah, that's the thing. That we needed the suck cannon for absorbing water, I think? Like, that was... I think that was part of the puzzles over there, because when you go over to the agent, there's a side thing over there that I remember missing the first time. Primus vs. Unicon. Which minicons? All of them. Like, all of them. And yes, that includes the Armada base figures as well. Or the Armada DX and Voyager figures as well. And the Cybertron ones. And the Energon ones. It is going to be a money sink.
If you want to impress this agent, you'll have to win a hoverboard race.
We're not to yet. So, yeah, it's over back there. And you take one route to get to the agent, and then you take the other route to get to the weapon.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, see? And yeah, when we did the 2016 game, I missed this too. Yeah, this is the way.
Are you sure it's the way?
This is the way.
Is it? Well, thank you for blowing up for me.
Speaking of Armada, I got the new version of Armada Prime. How are the hip joints? Because I know a lot of people have said that their hip joints are not ratcheted correctly, so they can't stand normally. Like, they keep wanting to do the splits. Because if that's just a production run error, then, like, it's just a matter of waiting for us. And yeah, you also need the swing shot to be able to do this course, too. Transformers Unicron. I really hope Transformers Legacy has minicon packs in the future. Like, they did them for generations. That's the frustrating thing. If they're not going to include the minicons in the base, in the Armada Legacy ones, you can at least do a Legacy, like, 4 or 5 pack for all the relevant ones.
If you'd like, you can reverse your camera controls. Just select the camera from the options menu.
DJ Took, the only issue I have with the P5 shipping is how rabid some fans can be. I remember when one said I liked to different pairings than Makoto due to how much she is picked. They did not like that. Makoto is popular by fans usually because they paid attention to understand her character arc to make her complement Joker really, really well. But the issue with just the pairing people is they're all technically non-canon. It's like, you can ship them, but the games are never going to select a canon ship.
Although I always ship Joker with T'Challa.
Yeah. So yeah, there's technically no run option. There is just are these people properly compatible? Because I consider the least compatible of the romance options actually to be On. On is actually popular with several people, so that is I disagree thing. But it's not something to be rabid about.
Use the left analog stick to control the trespasser. Push
okay, it's the
which ring is active.
The blinking red ones. Yeah. And then you need to rotate the inner one, so it's pointing there.
I didn't want to use my brain today.
Yeah, you're almost at the exit over here.
I finally got the thing that I need to progress. It was all an elaborate ruse.
All an elaborate rouge.
Rouge the Bat?
Rouge the Bat! Back to Sister King. Wait, wasn't there supposed to be a boss battle after you got the Infiltrator? We don't know. This is... I've not watched my friends play this in stream in about... God, a decade? And then, like,
there was a boss, he was so afraid of my awesome magnificence that he died on the spot.
Like, maybe we need the Infiltrator to get to the boss fight on this planet. And that might be why you might be thinking that.
And the boss will die in one fell swoop because
the lockout is of the way.
But I am so amazing.
You're so amazing, you almost fell to your death.
It's all part of the plan. It's all according to Keikaku.
Is it though?
Listen, you can trust me.
Now, right there, and then the inner lap one. Keep going. There we go.
I'm having the U problem where I didn't realize what was being selected or not.
Yeah, there's no clear icon aside for the blinking, and the blinking is you can easily not catch that. Here, Crystal, I'm guessing your remote control issues will not let you play games like Dynasty Warriors or Sengoku Bizarra. I've never played the Sengoku Bizarra, but I like the Dynasty Warriors Gundam games. And One Piece Pirate Musa, which is basically the Dynasty Warriors game for One Piece. And I heard good things about Hyrule Warriors, so no, my motor control issues don't screw me over on Muso-style games depending on the mechanics. I'm not interested in them.
So, like if you ever asked him to play Guitar Hero, I don't know why that was attached to it. Whee! There we go.
You sure showed him.
I suppose I did.
Ratchet with holding the.
Is your current occupation leaving a rotten taste in your mouth? Then you need to know about BTS, Blog Tactical Research Station. Hi, I'm Supreme Executive Chairman Drek, and we here at BTS are seeking motivated individuals to fill positions in these exciting careers. Grind boot tester, warhead assembly technician, mutant animal husbandry,
that guy's
suck cannon test dummy.
Oh no.
Administrative assistant. So-called
that comes back.
BTS.
Suck cannon test dummy.
While you build your future.
I'm calling BTS today.
Now we're talking. Did you see all the cool gadgets they're making? Let's go get some.
No.
We must continue our search for Captain Quark.
Yeah, roll the credits right there.
Right.
I am?
Sure. We need to find Quark. Although when we find him, wouldn't it be nice to be able to tell him where Chairman Drek is?
I suppose.
As if he doesn't already know.
Go to the space station and talk to the scientists. They work for Drek, so they're bound to know where he is.
I am unsure.
There is a lane of logic there.
You think too much. Come on, let's go.
After all, the reports Drek, they have to know where the calls for Drek are coming from. And they're not from inside the house.
They're actually from right behind you. I'm having fun. Are you having fun?
Yeah. We're unfortunately about to hit our 2-hour limit, though.
I need to kill as many things as possible before the time limit runs out. Okay. I'll have to stop the murder rampage for now.
Yeah.
Sigh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we might continue this next week, but depending on whether John has availability, because he's starting his new job next week. So we'll play that by ear and let you guys know what's happening. Thank you for coming by. You've had a productive day.
Yeah, we did. All right, bye everybody.
See you guys later.